Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Today, we are going to be talking about service in treatment and recovery, and we have Rich, our clinical director, and Becky, our alumni coordinator, to talk about some of our service initiatives and the importance of service in recovery. Before we start, you can access a few different handouts from the GoToWebinar control panel that go over Wasatch Crest program, admissions process, and a few of our specialties. And then you can also access this PowerPoint. So you can download any of those handouts and take them with you after the webinar is finished. And then at any time, if you have any questions, you can type them into the control panel and we'll make sure they are answered. I'll let Rich and Becky take it away.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So my name is Rich. I'm the clinical director at Wasatch Crest. And this is a great topic to speak about. And I'm excited to have Becky here with me.
Hi, guys. I'm Becky.
We are both involved in the alumni program, which involves service and as well as our recovery community. And it's an important part of recovery and sustaining long-term sobriety. So, I'll start out with the idea of service and recovery. And I think, if somebody asks me about service and the importance of it, if you're familiar with the 12-step programs, the 12th step really is all about service. It's about giving back what was freely given to you, and it's an integral part of recovery. But I also think there's several pieces of that that affects our mental health. One of the beautiful parts about service is it gives us the opportunity to kind of step outside of ourselves. It has been proven that service increases gratitude. It helps keep you in the moment and really focused on what's happening right now. And it allows us really to kind of step back and look at something besides ourselves. Early on with our clients in residential treatment, there are a few service opportunities here and there, but it becomes a bigger piece of the curriculum when they enter our day treatment and IOP programs, and specifically if they're living at one of our winter recovery residences. Service can be a great way to get people to come together to help identify areas of your own life that you're grateful for. And it also provides an opportunity for community integration. So I'll let Becky talk a little bit about how she does, the whole purpose of an alumni program, and maybe you can speak to that and the community and all of that.
So as far as the alumni program goes, the goal is to keep everyone involved once they leave treatment so that they have a support network. And so we, along with doing meetings and alumni activities, we have started to do a service project once a month to keep them involved. It gives them a way to find people that they can, in recovery, they can hang out with. And it also decreases, it says, like, social anxiety, and it keeps them from isolating and just getting outside of themselves. So so tomorrow is our first alumni program, or our first service project, sorry. And we are going to be meeting. We always involve our Uinta house with it, and we're going to be distributing cards at the hospital just to kind of little words of motivation and that people care. So
yeah, it's interesting too. I think there's one of the things that we did early on involved helping. It was actually, interestingly enough, a llama and alpaca sanctuary. We would go and help take care of the animals, clean the pens. And one of the things that I noticed was that it provided kind of twofold, right? It's gave the clients an opportunity to be of service, but also to care for animals and kind of really focus on something else, especially in early recovery when you're so focused on serving yourself before you get sober, right? You're coming in and it's really gives you an opportunity to kind of stay busy, get outside of yourself and stay focused on something bigger than yourself. I think the community integration is super important. Whether it's a 12-step meeting and your service assignment or your service responsibilities, making coffee for the group, or staying after and cleaning up chairs, going early, setting up chairs. I know from my own experience in recovery, those are the opportunities when I really get to talk to some of the other members of the group as opposed to just running in and sitting down in a chair and then running out as soon as the meeting's over. You're kind of working together, and it gives people an opportunity to talk and really engage with other people. And there's something about service that really does change the way that you see the world, at least for the time while you're there. It is, you know, one of the areas of treatment that I think we could, you know, in general, people could focus on a little bit more, get clients out, patients, clients out, and doing more service and really getting them engaged. The community piece of recovery is so important, and it's a great avenue to take to get there.
Yeah, I think it also helps some of them to find like a sense of purpose. I know when I left treatment, you know, I didn't really have much to do. I went to meetings all the time, but I think, you know, with doing different things, whether it's involved with animals or helping help to give the alumni some purpose.
So why don't you talk a little bit about the different kinds of outings you do with the alumni, and maybe talk even about the trail. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, so a while back over the summer, we adopted a trail at the Wasatch State Park. And so part of that is we go there, we take our residential and our alumni to, it's a new trail, so part of it we're trying to form it right now. But that's something that we'll take care of, and we'll go out every couple of months and we'll clean it up.
After Becky took the alumni over and some of the current clients over to work on the trail, I got a text a few weeks later, or I guess a message through our Facebook page that said that they've been out hiking and they specifically went over to that trail, and it was cool that they had the opportunity to hike on something they helped create and maintain. You know, and really challenging people. I think the planning piece of it's huge. I know that the finding opportunities can be a little bit difficult, especially if you've got a large group. You know, it's difficult because you can't necessarily take 20 people into a care facility without background screenings and all of that. So we've had some success at Habitat for Humanity, different opportunities with like animal rescues. It's a great place. There's a wild horse sanctuary, but we really have had to get creative. I know that for the Uinta House, we've been able to identify some people in the local community to shovel their walks this winter. They've had the opportunity to help weed gardens and really kind of putting feelers out through the 12-step and recovery community where we're located has yielded some really cool opportunities. And I like the idea of being able to help a large organization, but I think that really some of the most meaningful experiences our clients have had has been finding opportunities with people in the community that might not necessarily think of asking for help with some of those things. You know, I know some of the roadblocks that we've had in the past is that large group size, making sure that there is no, if it has to do with health and human services or anything in that area where you're dealing with people, You know, you want to call and make sure that there's, if there's waivers that can be signed or need to be signed, get those done up front. Make sure that there's not a background screening required. I mean, you could do all of that, but with the population we work with, that might be a little bit problematic, and it also takes time. And so there's usually, I know one of the places that we've been able to find service opportunities also is the it's an app, the neighborhood app, and I'm forgetting the name of it, but most communities have, I think it might be just called Neighbor.
Oh.
But where we're located in Heber, Utah, there's actually an app where you can, you know, post things for I need help with this or I need to sell that. And our house manager up at Uinta has actually found service opportunities through there and just said, hey, I've got 4 or 5 men that want to come help and do some service today. And it's yielded some cool opportunities. And it's funny, I had a couple of our clients going out for kind of a hike on the packed snow a couple weeks ago, and they pointed out the house that they've been shoveling the walks at. It really is all about connection. So I think one of the pieces that's cool is when we're out, you know, in active addiction and using and drinking, you know, at least from my experience, the only thing I was really worried about was staying high or drunk. And so it's such an inward driven, take care of me, selfish approach that when you can kind of turn that around, it helps calm the chaos and really provides opportunities for healing.
Yeah, it reminds me, right before Christmas, we also did a GoFundMe where we raised money for the homeless shelter. And I think that was kind of a cool thing, especially, you know, when you first leave treatment. Not all of us have a lot of money, but we had everybody participate, everyone donated, and we were able to go buy a bunch of new clothes and winter things and drop them off at the homeless shelter.
And the one of the things that we also take the opportunity to do is really following a service project. It gives us an opportunity to kind of sit back and reflect. One of my favorite activities following that is to journal about something that they noticed that they wouldn't have noticed otherwise, or even just, you know, what was that like to go and help somebody out and be part of the service project. And some really incredible things have happened. You know, I've had people say, I was looking back through some of the stuff we've done over the years, and you know, I've had people say that's the first time I've done something for somebody else without wanting something in return in a long time. Just those little moments where they can really identify those things about themselves that are starting to change and where that direction their life is headed. You know, talking with one of our clients that's about ready to complete IOP and sober living, you know, his statement was, you know, I'll remember little things about group and individual therapy, but I'll remember the service projects and the rec outings till the day I die. You know, getting people to change the way that they've been living really does provide an opportunity for growth. What are we doing? You know, why don't you talk about that?
So I planned out some service outings to go till the end of the year. So this right here just shows some of them. Next month, we're actually going to be going to a shelter, and we're going to be able to take the dogs out walking. So that should be really fun. I'm excited. And then we are going to do a hygiene kit handout in April. Also up here, we have a garden that I'm taking over. I'm not sure
that's the best news I've
Rich
ever
knows
heard.
that. I keep forgetting to tell him, but
That's
I'm gonna
wonderful.
take it over and kind of make it our alumni garden. So we're gonna meet up here and do a bunch of service work and get it back to being pretty, and we're going to use that just for a few different things. We're going to, once the alumni get their 1 year, they're gonna come and we're gonna like decorate like a stone to put in there, just so that the current clients can see, that it works. We're gonna be working on our trail in June. July, we're going to be doing community yard work. So for like elderly or single people. August, we're gonna do a school supply drive for the homeless shelter in Salt Lake. And then September, we're gonna do leaf cleanup. So we'll probably pick, a number of houses to go to and take care of that. October, we're going to be doing a little goodie bag for the children down there. They usually, if anyone ever wants to look into it, they'll list, the ages and what kids are there, so you can personalize it more. November, we're going to be doing a food drive, and then December, we will do another GoFundMe and raise the money and see what the homeless shelter needs.
One of the things that Becky has done a good job of is as clients are getting to transition, it just made me think of something I didn't talk about. As our clients are getting ready to transition from day treatment or IOP back out into the real world, out of sober living, and becoming part of the alumni program, providing opportunities for our alumni to mix a little bit with the day treatment and IOP clients is really helpful. It gives them an opportunity to kind of interact and make those connections. We do that as part of the alumni meeting every Wednesday night as well. And it's really given folks an opportunity to get to know each other. I know there's a lot of alumni that have long-term sobriety that sponsor some of our brand new alumni members, and it really has become a community because of Becky's diligence and hard work around that, and it's made a big difference. That is one of the greatest things to see somebody that came through. It's got multiple years of sobriety. And in all honesty, seeing somebody pick up 90 days is beautiful, or 6 months. So it's it's probably one of the more rewarding things that we have to be a part of at Wasatch Crest. So Kayla, do we have any questions?
Nope, we don't have any questions, but if anyone has questions, you can type them in now. Rich, if you don't mind moving to the next slide. So we have a couple of webinars coming up in March. On March 12th, we're going to be talking about understanding meth addiction, and that will be with our clinical team as presenters. And then on March 26th, we're going to be talking about helping sober living clients secure employment and how we help our sober living clients find jobs after treatment. So Tyson Allred, our sober living program director, will be presenting for that. So look out in your emails for invites and registration links. And then there's our admissions phone number, which is 24/7. And our website, you can learn more about Wasatch Crest at wasatchcresttreatment.com. And then it doesn't look like we have any questions. So thank you, Rich and Becky. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Thanks, Kayla. See ya.
Yeah.